So lots of mixed reactions towards President Ruto saying that Eddie Butita and Blessed Jungush, they make more money than his salary. Of course, you always look at the bigger picture beyond the theatrics. And such a mention, as we want least amount of government within the digital space. Do you know why? Because once you embrace government and they are toxic and retarded bureaucrats, then these guys can do anything. These guys will demolish your favorite digital space, and everyone assumes that the digital space or the online space is only content creation. And so content creators, you want to come into the digital space, and then you want now to bring the government officials together with you. No. If you want to be taxed, you go and file your returns or go and do whatever you want. But the digital space exists, and why all Kenyans have gone towards it. It exists because doing business in Kenya has become virtually impossible. There are taxes, there are levies, there are all these parastatals which are made to extract money. You have, like, the Ministry of Tourism has 13 parastatals, each demanding money from, if you're opening a hotel, if you're opening a tours and travels company, all of them, you have to beat those licenses. So doing business in Kenya has become so difficult. People have gone to the online space where there is less bureaucracy, where we are away from all these manufactured and imposed restrictions which government creates and parliament creates. It's the MPs you elect who create all these parastatals. I told you the other day, Johnson Sakaja created the National Employment Authority to create jobs. Like, how stupid is he? How do you create a parastatal to create jobs? Jobs are created from a conducive environment once you deregulate, once you remove all these entry barriers into business. So now that the digital space does not have any entry barrier, anyone can wake up, you trade, you do whatever you want. Now content creators want to bring government in our space, and we are saying, if you want them, take them to your shit. Don't bring them to the digital space, because this narrative that only content creators are the ones, content creation is inversely proportional to the online space or digital space. No, content creation is a small percentage of what happens on the online environment, on the online ecosystem. Now, if you want to bring government, you are happy that you've been praised by Ruto, and you want to bring government through the back door. Do it. Concentrate on your own sector. But let's not sanitize the entry of government into a space that we've not even exploited and tapped its full potential. You understand? And secondly, the influencers who make money from content in Kenya, they are less than 3% of the total ecosystem. You understand? So you're focusing on these 3%. You're not talking about how you're going to onboard others so that we can be 1,000, 10,000 more content creators. Like the way Nigerians have done with their movies and their music. They're just, every day there's some new Nigerian artist who is popping up or something. We are not talking about that when we can be able to dominate. We are talking about now these guys are earning so much money. And one thing, there's an old African saying that says, when a hyena wants to eat its own children, it accuses them of smelling like goats. So we know the game that is happening over here, and for them to be successful, for government to be successful in encroaching into the digital space, they need your consent. And that's why they've started these shenanigans. They're getting your key influencers, trying to placate them with some flowery words. Don't fall into that trip, and be sure to tell them that waende peke yao, watuachie space yetu. I've been doing this shit on TikTok for the last 1 year. I've not had a single corporate approach me, a single corporate, just to tell me, we want to work with you, we like your content, we like your whatever you reach, despite having massive reach, views, cross-pollinating over platforms, other people share. They don't look at that, because the corporates in Kenya, they're full of shit. The agencies in Kenya are fucked in the head. These guys, they want me to kiss their ass, they want me to suck their cocks, and then to switch my content. I don't have time. You want to control my content. You know, all these wankers you hear, oh, I don't want to be affected by my brand. I think there was a time Chipukizi said that, oh, I don't want my brand to be affected. I think he had scammed some chick in America. I remember he was saying, oh, I don't want my brand will be affected. I don't know what. They say that, and when these not the content creators but the agencies, what they want, they when they tell you, no, you will affect your brand and whatever, it's a subliminal censorship. So they want to control your content so that they now is the bait now they are giving you. They are exchanging something, so you concede your identity, you concede your independence, your editorial independence, and then now you get the money. I'm like, go fuck yourselves, you useless pieces of shit. Yeah. We are going to run. But if you are a content creator in America right now, you'd be making money, because there it's merit that talks. Is not all these other chronisms and whatever isms that you can come with. Anyway, before I get lost in this topic, I just wanted to mention briefly about Karungo or Thangwa. That on the same day yesterday, Karungo or Thangwa was giving a proposal to increase the holidays, a proposal devoid of any intellect, any merit, any substance. On the same day that the Kiambu Senator is giving a presentation about increasing holidays, the Bungoma Senator who submitted a petition against the finance bill. Now, this is what I tell you. Number one, you bougie ass bastards who don't go to vote on election day. You think it's a holiday. You think it's a time for you to just sit Netflix and chill, catch strokes, catch strokes in bed. You have to now take elections seriously. Voter apathy is what has led our future, our destiny is determined by stupid mamambogas and bodas. They are the ones who determine our destiny, because you have refused to vote and you are the majority. Do you think there are more boda peoples than the people who work? We are the majority, but your will, your destiny, is determined by this bunch of idiots who will be given 1,000 to go and vote. These guys can survive. They don't need electricity. They don't need running water. They don't need internet. They don't need bundles. They don't need anything. But you need all of that and more. You need hospitals. You need schools. These things are being squandered by the people who are elected by these idiots, these mamambogas. You saw the stupid women who are singing in Muranga. In fact, the old women of Muranga should be banned from voting because of that one song. You understand? So you cannot be there. You have the numbers. I told you 8 million Kenyans boycotted elections. 4 million Kenyans did not even vote, did not even register to vote. So that's a total of 12 million people who did not participate in the last election. You could make a difference with those numbers, but you're there saying election is for who, election is for who. And then when shit hits the fan now, you're now complaining here. The majority of you are the young people in the digital space. And then you're there listening to the media. Then they say, oh, voter apathy is, and then you take the bait. No, you have to, number one, I told you, get your civic education right. Get your votes. Yeah, get everything on board so that when that time comes, 2027, you won't be these. I told you, these stupid women, they don't need the things that you need. Them, they live there in the rural areas. All they need is a cow. The cow will take grass which grows naturally. They don't need toilets. They need latrines. They use latrines. You need functional sewage. You need everything that is working. You need systems of governance that are functional and beneficial to you. So why would you abscond your civic duty to vote? No, take an interest in politics. Politics is not for losers. We are not here talking. I could be doing something else, but I realized if I don't start talking now, these guys have pushed us to a corner where I have to talk, because I wasn't about this TikTok life. I was happy to live under the radar. You think I'm happy when I go somewhere and everyone knows me? That wasn't my shit. But I decided now, let's do this, because these guys are backing us into a corner. These guys don't care. They're just waking up and passing crazy bills. And then the propaganda, every day we are dealing with multiple. this idiot is saying this, they want to make bills even banning you from using manure because they've been sponsored by fucking muzungus. Wake up, you idiots. Voting ni muhimu, ni lazima.